Hello you guys, Happy New Year. It is officially January 1st, 2018 and I'm so happy. I'm wanting to do kind of a vlog type video, but it's only going to be one large clip, kind of just an update of everything that's happened with me, what I'm reading right now, my 2018 goals, so just kind of like a chitter chatter video because that's honestly all I am capable of doing right now. So, first of all, I'm out of the hospital as you can see. Yay, I'm so happy to be home. I came home Saturday and I was there from Wednesday to Saturday. So that's actually one of my shorter stays. And I was happy it was shorter because, it's not fun being there. And honestly, at some point you get tired of getting stuck with needles all the time because at this time I only had 2 IVs, which is excellent compared to my normal IVs. I normally get at least 5 or 6 because they put so much medicine in my IVs that the veins don't last very long. So, but I only had 2 this time. And then every morning they draw blood. And this, for one day in particular, they drew my blood 3 times in one morning. And I was like, okay, you guys, that's good. Thanks. I don't know how much more you need. but, and then also you have to get a blood thinner shot. And it goes into my stomach. And it's just this little thing, and it just prevents blood clots, basically. And because all I do is lay down in there. So I do that. And it gives this really bad burning sensation, like, throughout your abdomen for, like, 10 minutes. It's not that bad, honestly. Like, I'm used to it by now. It's not, like, fun. Like, it doesn't feel lovely. It feels kind of like a wasp on you. And, like, the stinger's still in there for a while. But it's not that bad. But the pain was just so unmanageable on Wednesday that I ended up having to just go. My doctors thought I was really dehydrated just by listening to some symptoms that I was having, and they thought that I was having a pretty bad flare-up. So they decided to go ahead and get me in, and that's what happened. And they gave me some pain medicine and steroids, and I had to get my potassium back up because it was low. Hey, Mama.
Hello.
My mom is in here. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're fine. So yeah, but that's kind of just been why I was there, and then I felt better on Saturday. The thing about coming home from the hospital with me, though, is that the second day that I'm home is when all the IV medication starts to flush out of my bloodstream, and I start feeling really bad. So yesterday was probably the worst. It was the worst day I've had since I've gotten out. It was just like so painful. I started feeling burning sensations in my chest and my stomach again, which is common for me. I started to like just feel really, really sick again. And it happens every time. There's only been one time that I've ever gone back to the hospital, and it was for good reason because there was a serious problem. I won't share that with you, but it was the first time I went to the hospital this year, and I ended up having to go right back because I wasn't as good as I thought I was. So anyways, I just came home and I rested a lot yesterday. I honestly slept all day yesterday and I slept all night last night. And this morning I woke up feeling better rested than what I was because I kept waking up every hour or two the first 2 nights I was home, which is so normal because in the hospital they wake you up every 2 hours or so to check vitals, blood work. They want to give you medication. You're always getting woken up for something, so you get in the habit of getting woken up every couple hours. So you don't sleep soundly. But last night was the first night that I actually slept really well. But yeah, so that's just kind of what happened in the hospital. I had my first physical therapy in the hospital because I was supposed to go to physical therapy this past week and I couldn't, obviously, so they brought a physical therapist to me, and we did some exercises, and that was rough. I was already in pain, and then on top of the hip pain, and also that's another thing that's weird that I found, that now that the Crohn's pain is a lot more manageable and it's not as severe, I can feel my hip a lot more. Like, I think that's so weird about the human body. Like, for some reason, I was so confused when I first had my hip surgery. I was like, how come this isn't hurting me as much as I think it should? And then I went to the hospital and I got my Crohn's under control, and now the flare-up is at bay, and well, somewhat at bay, not all the way, but somewhat at bay, and now I can really feel how bad my hip hurts, and I'm just like, oh god, and it's like really, really hurts, and I just didn't it's crazy how a certain pain in your body can overpower the other, And because like I was really confused. I was like, why am I not feeling this? I feel like I should really want to like cry and just pull my hair out, and nothing was happening. But I was fine. I was like, okay. But so enough about that. Let's talk about my 2018 reading goals. So my book number that I'm putting is 65, which is low, but considering everything that happened last week, I didn't read it all last week, which is the first time in 2 months that I've not read in a whole week. I was still reading, like skimming stuff, but I don't remember a lot of it. I read a ton of books last month. I think I read like 16, 17 books last month. So 65 is lowballing it, I think, but I intend on going back to school fall of 2018 if all goes well. I pray that everything goes well. I pray I don't have to have another hip surgery because they're already talking about my left hip, but I'm really thinking I'm going to hold off a few years before I get that because it's not like a thing that's priority. I'm hoping I get put into remission with my Crohn's by that time too. And the thing is, when school starts back, I'm going to have to, shift my focus to school, and I'm not going to have all this time to read. However, I'm a biochemistry major now. I'm really thinking about changing my major to English and creative writing because I've just loved reading so much, and honestly, ever since I was a little girl, I've wanted to write, and I've loved reading. And the reason I started getting into the medical field was because I literally have lived in a hospital my whole life with all my family stuff. Like, there's other situations in my life with my mom, my dad, my brother, where we've lived in a hospital. Like not literally lived, but spent the majority of my time there, honestly. And I just became so attached to it, and I really wanted to help people. And we'd have bad experiences with doctors, and I'd be like, well, I want to be a doctor so that doesn't happen again. So I can prevent something like bad bedside manner or a doctor not believing their patient, so that's why I did it. But I'm just kind of thinking that I'm not as passionate about being a doctor as I am reading. And all my English teachers that I've ever had have said that I have a great, great gift for this. And it's always been something that I've listened to, but I've never really, thought much of. Like, oh, thank you, that's very sweet, but maybe I should listen to what they're saying, really, really listen and pursue it. The thing is, I just don't know what I would do with an English degree. I don't know what I would do with I want to write really bad, and I'm going to start writing this year. That's one of my goals. I want to write. I'm really always enjoyed writing, and I would get good praise in college and high school when I would write, so I know that's something I'm good at, and I would like to do it. So I'm going to try to write more, but I'm thinking about double majoring. I'm thinking about doing English and creative writing degree and maybe a minor in, I don't know. I want a minor in something, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now, and that's another goal I have for 2018 is to figure out my major. When I go back in fall, it'll only be my second year because, like I said, I had to take a gap year for health reasons. So I'll have another year to decide what I want, but right now I'm really leaning forward to English, and I've changed my major back and forth between those two. I think this is going to be my third time now. So it's definitely, and they're totally opposite, they're polar opposites, but it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, so that's just what I've been thinking. Sorry if this is completely unorganized, by the way, and kind of clustered. My brain is not, I'm just kind of talking, I'm just speaking out loud, and my thoughts are just kind of scattered. But by the way, here's my bed right now, full of books, and this is actually better. Last night I put some more books on my bookshelf, and there's more books over there. But I just want to also share with you what I'm reading right now. I am reading The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I'm on page 148, and so far it's okay. I don't love it. I am going to finish the series, or the trilogy, so I've got these two right here. I've got Catching Fire, and I've got Mockingjay. But I already have one goal that I want to finish today for sure, is to finish this book, and have officially read one book this year already. So that is my goal, start the year off right, reading one book. So after I'm done filming this video, I'm going to actually start reading this. But I don't know, The Hunger Games, I watched the first two in theaters when I was in, I think it was maybe a freshman in high school or 8th grade, something like that. I can't remember when these movies came out, but it was years ago. And I didn't like the movies, and I didn't care for the plot because it freaked me out. I was like, this is literally about a game where adults watch children kill each other. and it really bothered me. And also the hunting and stuff in it, like, Katniss is hardcore. I like Katniss, but I don't love Katniss. She's kind of like annoying to me. Like, she's really hard and rough and mean. And I mean, I guess she has to be. I really get that. And I understand that she has to hunt and stuff for the livelihood of her family. That is not, I'm like not saying that I disagree with hunting. If you gotta hunt, you gotta hunt. And I eat meat and everything. But my thing is, I just don't love reading the scenes where they talk about like killing animals and people very much. I'm like, okay, that's good. Even though I read a lot of scary books, so I've read murder scenes and they don't really bother me, but for some reason with animals, it's like extra awful. I don't know why. And children. So killing animals and children are not something that I am fond of, like, at all, reading about or watching. And that's all this book is killing animals and killing children. And it's just like, it's just a lot. But like I said, I'm not like saying she's a bad person for killing animals to survive and killing, because she has to. Like, if I had to do it, I would do it too. But it's just difficult to read about. But anyways, sorry, that is so scattered. I feel like I'm making no sense. But Katniss just is not one of my favorite protagonists. She's okay. Like, I've never really liked her anyways in the movies. She's just kind of like not a super just touchy character. I don't know. She's just not, I don't know. I just don't like her that much. And I think she's strong, and I find that she's a badass, and I love that about her. But just her as a person, she's just like, I don't know. I don't really relate to her character-wise, and I have a hard time finding her as a likable character. I like Peeta. But yeah, the characters in here I just don't resonate well. I don't know. Not resonate. I don't relate with well. I don't care for them. But I don't know. I'm still going to read the trilogy because I really, really want to try it. I really want to say that I read the Hunger Games trilogy, but right now it's just not my favorite. And I'm sorry, because I know a lot of people love this trilogy, and I am going to read it, but I don't know. Just not my favorite. It's really, really not. I wish I could say it was, but I'm also I'm not even halfway through the first book, so maybe it'll get better, and hopefully it does. Good news is these are small, so it won't take me long to read the trilogy. I'm hoping I can read the trilogy. I'm going to marathon it, so, yeah. And I'm going to upload this video and then start a vlog where I marathon the Hunger Games trilogy. Also, a series I did not finish in 2017 was the Twilight series. I did not finish Breaking Dawn. I don't know if I'm going to. And I'm normally a person that can DNF books pretty easily. If I don't like a book, I'm not going to waste my time on it. But I want to also, kind of another goal that I have for myself is to not DNF books so easily and to carry things out. So I really want to finish this because it is the last book of the series. It's just one more book, but it's a big ass book. And honestly, I have no desire to finish it. Like, I'm just sitting here and I don't know, I started it and I don't want to. I'm on page like 17 and I have no desire, none, to finish this. But I'm gonna try to push myself to do it. Yeah. Another goal I have is I want to do a 24-hour readathon every single month. So one 24-hour readathon every month, or the months where there's like a weekathon, like, you know, like I think there's like a bookathon in January, there's a bookathon in the summer. If there's not a weekathon going on, I want to do one 24-hour readathon for every single month, except the months where there's a weekathon, if that makes any sense. I absolutely love those, and I would like to actually succeed in one. I did succeed, I think, in one 24-hour readathon that I did, but this last one that I did that you guys saw, I did not. It sucked. And I'd also like one time in this year, maybe when I feel a little better, to stay up a whole 24 hours and not sleep at all, because I'm normally pretty good at not sleeping, but with all of this, I get so tired. But yeah, so those are my official goals. Oh, and with genres, I'm open with any genre. I'm not really a person that stays away from any particular sort of genre, except sci-fi. I'm not really into sci-fi, so I guess that's another goal that I want to expand into sci-fi a little more, give it a chance. But yeah, and also I want to spend a lot less time watching TV this year, because last year I watched a lot of TV and a lot more time reading. The past 2 months I have watched a lot less television and I've read a lot more, and I find that I've really enjoyed myself. And yeah, and I want to keep up with my channel. I want to vlog, I want to make good videos, and all that good stuff. So those are every one of my goals, and I hope you guys are having a good start to your new year. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video, read the Hunger Games. I'm gonna start a vlog actually before I start reading, so I can say this is my first time reading the Hunger Games trilogy. So yeah. Oh, sorry, still so swollen, so swollen, but hopefully the swelling will go down from all the IV fluids and the steroids. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.